YouTube, in today's video we're looking at 10 things that should be added to DMZ or DMZ2. If you have any thoughts, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into it. First up is the weather and time changes. Now, we've previously seen a little bit of this, but not enough to make a massive difference in the game. But imagine dropping into a game facing unpredictable sandstorms, torrential rain, or even a nighttime snow mission. Not only would this make each game feel very unique, but it would also introduce new tactical elements that we haven't seen before. This creates endless possibilities with new equipment, new gear, all kinds of things that we could be using in the game. If it's daytime when you spawn in and nighttime when you finish, certain missions can only be done in the nighttime or the daytime, or if you find it easier to do certain missions at different times of the day. But it would also make you adapt on the fly, making each game a very different experience. Coming in at number 2, we have randomized spawns. If you've played DMZ, you know the frustration when every spawn is in the same place. Everyone knows where you're going to be. Essentially, it just turns into a death trap before the match has even begun. Randomized spawns with a lot more variety would keep players on their toes and definitely mix it up a hell of a lot more. It would eliminate that predictability that we have at the moment. It would also add a layer of suspense to the game that is missing, and add a lot more gear fear, which I think is a big part of the game that is not there right now. In number 3, we have something quite unique called the ultimate vest. Okay, the name might not be very good, they can change that, but this would be a game changer. Imagine combining the traits of a medic vest, a comms vest, a stealth vest, and a tempered vest into one ultimate piece of gear. I know what people are going to say, yeah, but that makes it too OP. No. There is a catch. You will not be able to obtain this easily, and to get this high tier vest, there'll be a variety of challenges you need to complete each game to be able to get this for that game only. It could be stuff like raiding a high tier loot zone or defeating a special enemy boss on the map that contains this vest. It's a high risk, high reward item. For each challenge you go to, you get a piece of that vest. Like if you go over to that part of the map, complete that challenge, you'd get the comms part of the vest. If you go there, you'd get the tempered part of the vest. If you go there, you get the medic part of the vest. You see what I'm saying? It would be a very cool, interesting, unique way to put a vest together, which would make more crafting options as well, because all the things around the map you could loot up that you have to take to these areas to try and craft that item, or if you have to defeat a boss that's got a part of that item, there could be lots of cool unique ways to have something like this in the game. Now at number 4, we have new maps and new POIs every season. Now this is something I think they've done really well at the start with Building 21, obviously Al Mazrah, Vondel, Ashika Island, etc. But DMZ thrives on exploration and strategy. A bit like the big map in Warzone right now, new POIs would keep the game fresh, new, and definitely more engaging for everyone. Each area has its own unique loot, challenges and secrets, and Easter eggs that we can explore. It would also keep the meta evolving as well, because you'd have to use different weapons, different stuff, different attachments in different areas to accommodate for those surrounding. I think the map is just crying out for a little bit of TLC. It's been the same stuff for God knows how long now. A bit like the new map on Warzone, it hasn't really had much update. I think we are due something pretty big, and hopefully we can have a couple of big maps, a couple of small maps, and a couple of secret areas as well in DMZ2 or DMZ the beta if they continue to update that. Now number 5 is gear fear. Now this is something I've definitely experienced while playing Tarkov, but it's a concept that's missing in DMZ. There's no consequence for losing your loadout, stuff that you've picked up across the map, or anything you've looted, especially with the weapon insured slots, and we have our operators that you can just go in with if you've got another one fully stacked. There is no sense of, oh my god, I cannot lose this, I need to get out. The tactical plays, you know, the exfilling, there's not a lot of that. When I played Tarkov, if I was going on a solo loot run, I'd have my sort of pattern of where I'd go, but I was constantly on edge. I was constantly nervous someone would come up behind me. I was constantly nervous that someone was watching me. I need that in DMZ. We need that in DMZ to make it even better than it already is. It would make you think twice about taking on enemy players, and we all know when the stakes are higher, gaming is definitely more thrilling. Now at number 6, we have different forms of exfil. Now currently we do have just the helicopter, but imagine how cool it would be to have a boat, a train, a car, stuff like that. Exfils can be some of the most intense moments in DMZ, and varying them will add even more excitement. Imagine exfilling by sneaking out on a boat, catching the train, or any other cool things that you can think of. Let me know in the comments. This would definitely force you to plan and adapt to your situation that you're in. If you add gear fear alongside that, it would definitely make for a more thrilling experience, and making every moment of the last seconds of that match adrenaline pumping. Now forgive me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure if daily, monthly and weekly challenges are in DMZ. I don't think they are, the reason I've added it to this video, and if they are, they're not very good because I've never seen them. Challenges is definitely another way to keep players hooked and engaged. When you're offering blueprints, camos that are universal, cool stuff to add to your operators, it's definitely worth grinding. It's a great way to keep the content feeling fresh and rewarding for every player. And number 8, I like the blackout style looting system. Looting is the heart of any extraction shooter, apart from the extraction of it. But a blackout style system with finding attachments, weapons and gear to add to your weapons, your operator and stuff like that would definitely be something that is worthwhile in the game. It's basically what Tarkov do. You can loot something, you can find attachments that you can add to your weapons or take it back to your hub with you. This would make looting way more strategic, and it would add a real sense of progression during each match, because obviously the higher tier levels of loot that you can add to your weapons and operators will be more sought after. So I would definitely look in every crate, every box, everything that I can see, I would be looting to try and find these high value items. That brings me nicely onto number 9, and that is an online marketplace. An online marketplace would add a new economy to the game. Players can buy, sell or trade high tier items or any items that they find in game to be able to pass on to someone else that might need them for another challenge, or you need to buy something for your challenge, or if you just want some money so you can buy some other cosmetic stuff for your operators. This would add real value to loot and drive a player driven community. It's not just about surviving anymore, it's about thriving, collecting, making your mark in the DMZ world. You could even add leaderboards where you can have the people that have found the high tier loot, like the highest value loot, stuff like that. Make every player feel valued in the game. And finally, the last thing I want to see added to the game so far that I could think of anyway is Easter eggs and secret loot. Who doesn't love a good Easter egg? I'm not just talking about the chocolate. Adding hidden loot and secret areas with special rewards will definitely add that wow factor. It's about rewarding the players that think outside the box and take time to explore every area of every map. It will add layers of depth to the game and make the game more mysterious and rewarding. Then, like zombies and warzone and stuff like that, we could have our very own DMZ story. Everyone seems to enjoy Call of Duty campaigns, so their storytelling must be really, really good. So add it to DMZ. We can find these secret items, these Easter eggs around the maps that can tell us a story whilst playing this high, intense, action-thrilled, mysterious, heart-pounding game mode that we all love called DMZ. There you have it. That's 10 things I would like to see added to DMZ. Let me know what you want to see added to DMZ. If you agree with what I've said, or if you've got any tweaks to the things I've said as well, let me know. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and see you guys in a twinkle.